been even by a neck. Helianthus goes to second, a length and a half then to Bronze Monarch with the mouth wide open third. Inside it is the grey Prince Tosh, a length and a half again to Easy Half. And Draby on the rails, two away our Agassi, followed by the Garn moving forward on the inside. What a question. Then set and over Royal Rage, a fair way back as they swing off the back from Prince Alusa and Hobson's Bay at the tail, heading to the 600 metres. And Son of Adiun and head in front here on the outside. Helianthus, Bronze Monarch niggled at. Prince Tosh on the inside as Easy Half makes its run now and comes quickly around the outside from Andrabi. Further back then was the Garn struggling. Royal Rage to the outside, but he's a long way off the lead with our Agassi. And then Prince Alusa as they corner. Son of Adiun, Helianthus under the whip. Easy Half over on the outside trying to pick them up. Getting out now then as Prince Tosh and Andrabi goes up on the inside. 200 metres out. Helianthus on the inside. Son of Adiun and Andrabi. They've come away from Prince Tosh. Easy Half. Royal Rage can't win. Helianthus on the outside. Andrabi on the rails. Helianthus in front here of Andrabi as they get near home. And Helianthus gets in. Helianthus wins it by a neck to Andrabi. Son of Adiun third. Then Prince Tosh, Royal Rage never really got into the race, followed by What a Question, Easy Half. Further back then would have been Hobson's Bay, Prince Alusa, our Agassi, Bronze Monarch, the Garn, and last in was Sent and Over.
Numbers on the third, 5, 1 and 8. Helianthus, as you saw, there was good money for it, and it's going to pay round about $8.70 and $2.50.
Because Matt Stewart from the Herald Sun wrote a feature story about her after the race. I'll tell you what I'll do. When they're racing, I'll ring the office and find out.
Terrific. Cold November Rain, that was going up. And there is number 14 moving up. Someone's already ringing us to tell us 0 back. They're just about right. So let's go to Warrnambool for race 4. Here's Brian.
Fourth for the day, and they're off and running. Well, a bit of a patchy start with Flat Flyer dropping to the tail of the field. And one of the first out here was the favourite, that's Baron Verdi. Landed in front now from Saturday Sports, travelling up second. Third in the early point of the race is Uncle Tud. Around the outside of it then came Mystiora. They're followed further back in the race by Centre Roll. On the inside, Paddy Whack, followed by the outside of those would have been 0 back. Into the back straight they race. I believe the Baron Verdi got out 2 in front of Saturday Sports. One further back in the race is Uncle Tud over on the inside. King's Wings pushing up in the centre and caught out wide. Running fifth is Mystiora. 2 further back in the race, Centre Roll. The inside, Paddy Whack, followed by in the middle there would have been Display of Power. They're followed by 0 back, very wide from Flat Flyer, a length further back, Cold November Rain, and 2 last of all, Space Racer at the 1,000. And the leader is Baron Verdi for Wilson, about a length and a half in front. Second in the race is Saturday Sports, a length further back, then King's Wings third. On the outside of Uncle Tud fourth. Under pressure, Mystiora further back in the race, Centre Roll. 0 back was deep on the inside, Paddy Whack, a length into Flat Flyer, a half further back, Display of Power. Second last of the race is Space Racer. Cold November Rain last of all. Tried to get a break on this leader at the 600 metre mark. Baron Verdi got out 2.5 and they're scrubbed up behind him at the moment. Second is Saturday Sports, a neck further back on the inside, Uncle Tud. 3 further back, King's Wings, a length and on the inside, Paddy Whack, and the others they are struggling at the moment. This leader's going all right. Baron Verdi at the 400 metre mark, he hasn't moved. He's just off the fence. He turns for home. 3 lengths in front from Saturday Sports, and then on the inside, Uncle Tud, a long gap in the race into Paddy Whack, King's Wings. Hard on the inside though, and Baron Verdi's 3 or 4 in front of Saturday Sports. Then further back, Uncle Tud, and running on late down the outside, Paddy Whack. Baron Verdi's getting a little tired. He's 3 in front. He's holding Saturday Sports and Paddy Whack. And Baron Verdi, although he's starting to get to leg weary, he'll get home. Baron Verdi scores a length and 3/4. Second is Saturday Sports, a neck third the outside, Paddy Whack. A gap, Uncle Tud, then Cold November Rain, Space Racer. Further back, Flat Flyer, the outside, Centre Roll. Further back, Display of Power. Well back in the race, just coming in. Third last would have been King.
It just captures all of the drama as it unfolded. And there it is, the Great Jockey Switch. And it's going to be available. In fact, it's being launched when, Andrew?
Next Tuesday by the Minister for Sport, Tom Reynolds. And we're having a little panel there with the ex-champion jockey Simon Marshall and Dr Turf. They're going to be co-hosting the morning's events.
Now, this is out at the Australian
Racing Museum, out at Caulfield.
Museum, yes, of course.
Caulfield Racecourse.
And if people want to buy one, how much do they have to fork out?
They're $650, and a percentage of that will go to the museum to help kick them along, because they're running their own race out there.
And I see you've got it signed by the guys in question. There's Andrew Payne's signature there as we look through the events unfold there in the clearest possible way. It's one thing to look at it on film, but this is literally step by step what's happened here, and you get to see this amazing switch. And there's Jason.
There's our producer. Stand up, John.
No.
They are moving in at Warrnambool, so $650. It is an incredible memento of one of racing's most remarkable events.
Andrew, if people can't get along to the launch, how would they get hold of this? Or
just by ringing the Racing Museum,
okay.
Australian Racing Museum at Caulfield Racecourse.
And by the way, it's going to be the prize for our trivia competition next week. What about that?
What a coup.
$650 worth.
This is a genuine collector's item. If you want a racing talking piece in your house, this is it. Put it up on the wall and everyone will wonder what's going on.
Andrew, thanks for your time. Let's go to the Galleywood hurdle at Warrnambool. Here's Brian.
Thanks, Phil.
Light blinking. Gates are back and they're off and running. Lord Foster didn't want to go early. He dropped out to the back of the tail of the field, and Thames away quickly with Dark Energy. I'm Looking Good as going forward. Here's the first flight, and over it they go. And Dark Energy pushing up on the inside of I'm Looking Good. It goes around and now to take up the lead. I'm Looking Good went out 2 lengths in front of Dark Energy, 2 to Thames. Belcapine going up on the outside, a length and a half. Silver Medal now settling 5th, followed by Maybe Rough. Further back in the race centres, Veritable Ladder length then to Moon Chase, and they're followed by Jonesy's Flyer. In behind the field then came flying along the last couple, Jonesy's Flyer, Lord Foster and Tick Over. Coming around the top turn with about 2,400 metres to go, and Belcapine's pulling his way forward around the outside. Second flight is coming up in the home straight with over a lap to go, and Belcapine crossed to the fence and got a length and a half to I'm Looking Good, a length into Dark Energy. Then Thames up to 4th, Maybe Rough back on the inside of Silver Medal as they go to that one at the 200-metre mark on the first round. Well, there's one down out the back there, and it's Flying Along. Flying Along is down and out. Rider about to sit up. Here's the next one down the straight. Dark Energy in front. Clip the top of it now from Belcapine with a lap to go. A length further back, I'm Looking Good, and they're followed by Thames 4th. 2 to Maybe Rough on the inside of Silver Medal. Veritable Lad out 3 away from the fence. A length and a half into Moon Chase from Lord Foster. Then Tick Over as they go to that next one. The leader running it down a little, and last of all is Jonesy's Flyer. 1,800 metres to go, and the leader is Dark Energy by a length and a half. Over on the inside as I'm Looking Good, and Thames going around the outside. Belcapine as he's back to 4th. 5th on the inside, Maybe Rough, a length then to Veritable Lad around Silver Medal. Then came Moon Chase, a half further back, Lord Foster, and then 2 to Tick Over on the outside of Jonesy's Flyer. At the 1,600 metre mark, there's another flight coming up on the circle here at Dark Energy by a length and a half to Thames. 1 further back on the inside, I'm Looking Good. Thames wrapped the hurdle pretty hard there. He lost ground. Belcapine is 4th, popped up on the outside there of Maybe Rough. There followed 2 lengths then to Silver Medal. Over on the inside of it then came Moon Chase, a length and a half, Lord Foster, and 2 further back, Jonesy's Flyer and Tick Over. Into the back straight they go, back from where they've started. They've gone nearly a circuit now, and the leader is Dark Energy at the 1150 metre mark, a length and a half to Thames. And here's Maybe Rough putting in a run, quickly going up in the middle. I'm Looking Good on the inside, and Veritable Ladders out wide going forward. 1.5 then to Moon Chase. Further back in the race then Belcapine, Silver Medal back on the inside. As they go to that one, Belcapine got into it a little from Lord Foster, followed by Jonesy's Flyer, and 3 to Tick Over. The race is right on now as they race to the 800. Next flight coming up, and Maybe Rough is serving it up to Dark Energy. Over it they go, 2.5 in front of I'm Looking Good. Veritable Lad lost ground, and Silver Medal is poking up on the inside. Moon Chase going with it. Then Lord Foster, and further back Jonesy's Flyer, and about 3 or 4 further back in the race then Thames. They've got one flight to get over, and part of that panel is knocked down, and that's the one down at the 200 metre mark where Maybe Rough had reached the lead now from Dark Energy. Here's Silver Medal putting in his run around the outside from I'm Looking Good. 2 to Jonesy's Flyer, making some ground from Moon Chase, and further back in the race then Lord Foster. Maybe Rough took the lead, but the grey, the favourite, Silver Medal coming at him quickly. 1 flight to go, 2 to I'm Looking Good, and then Jonesy's Flyer. Silver Medal races up to Maybe Rough. The panel's flat and they go through it. They made great leaps there, and Silver Medal's put his head in front. Maybe Rough is fighting back the clear of Jonesy's Flyer. Silver Medal in front. Maybe Rough is starting to rally back. The grey Silver Medal in front of Maybe Rough. Silver Medal is 1.5 length Maybe Rough. Great finish. 2 lengths away third Jonesy's Flyer. Then I'm Looking Good. A gap to Dark Energy from Moon Chase from Lord Foster. Then Belcapine. Followed by Thames, Tick Over, and Veritable Lad is back at the tail.
Each Sunday at 8 o'clock, here on Channel 31. Music and interviews make Noise TV a must-see for anyone with a passion for music. Metal, thrash metal and hardcore make Noise TV an exciting program.
Lots of taste, lots of talent.
Noise TV, here on Channel 31.
Welcome back to Midweek at the Races on Channel 31. Race 5 at Warrnambool has been won by Silver Medal in impressive fashion, trained by Eric Musgrove. Eric, it was a very patient ride by Ricky, but one that paid off.
Yeah, no, it was a great ride, and you know, I think he's a pretty useful horse, and he's still learning, and I think he's just ridden him quietly and give him every chance to work into it. Lovely.
Well, it was a pretty impressive display in the end, wasn't it? He does look like he's a pretty exciting hurdler we've got.
Yeah, look, he's still a bit new, but I think you know what he's done up to date. I couldn't be more pleased with him.
What's in store for him now? Can he make the nationals at this stage of his career?
Well, I'm hoping his next main race will probably be the Australian hurdle, and we'll go from there. We hope to have him ready for the national, but just see how he progresses.
He's promised that he could be a good jumper, hasn't he? He's flat. He looked good on the flat early in his career, and he started to reproduce that before you switched him to the jumps.
Yes, no, he's very honest. He's a lovely horse to do anything with, and you know, he's a very exciting horse.
Eric, congratulations and best of luck with him.
Thank you.
Eric Musgrove there, the trainer of Silver Medal. Bookmakers bet as much as 9-4, which is very surprising because, as we alluded earlier in the day, that was all the talk around the town over the last 2 days. This is the best of the carnival, and there is. He's paid $2.80 on the tote, but the bookmakers, well, a few bookmakers bet 9-4. He did start at 2-1. So that wraps up race 5 at Warrnambool. Still 5 to go. We're going to go straight to Wangaratta now and Rob Auber.
Yes, thanks, John. Welcome back to Wangaratta before the running of race number 3. We've got a very short price favourite here in number 4, Firehawk, trained and driven by Chris Lang. He definitely looks a horse to beat. A terrific run last start at Maryborough behind Al's Court, which competed in the heats at a Derby and also the final at a Derby at Moonee Valley. And that form line is very strong for a race such as this. Clear top pick from mine. From number 6, Smooth Choice, who last start had no luck at Shepparton, but prior to that, his 2 wins at Wedderburn were very good. And a horse that he did beat at Wedderburn, Magic Maiden, came out and won at Bendigo on Sunday. So once again, a good form line there for number 6, Smooth Choice. And number 9, Christie's Goal for third. But clearly 4 from 6 were my 2 top picks here. And number 1, Yuri Gagarin, has also got a rough place chance in the third event. I'm joined by Roger Haynes, who is a part owner of number 4, Firehawk, in this race coming up. Roger, Firehawk, a terrific run last start at Maryborough.
Very pleasing, yes, very pleasing. He's only had 4 starts, and you know, this is his 5th. We just have to wait and see how far he goes or what happens to him. It's just, but Chris and Sharon do a wonderful job with him. Wonderful job. He had a few problems, but they've done a real good job.
Roger, has he got the gate speed to lead here?
Yeah, definitely got the gate speed. But you know, he's more of a sit and sprint horse, and you know, I don't know what Chris will do with him. I leave it all up to Chris and what Chris does. But you know, at this stage, as a 3-year-old, yeah, I don't expect too much. As a 4-year-old, if he comes good, yeah, he'll be all right, I think.
Roger, yourself and Diane, your wife, were on a committee at Geelong, and you've moved up to Wangaratta now?
Yes, and on the committee here.
Right.
Enjoy it very much. Absolutely marvellous place. You know, it's we're at Benalla. We've set up a nursery there for breeding horses, and everything looks real good.
And you've called it Opal Court, Roger, by looks of things.
No, Opal Court, yes.
Opal Court.
That's the name of the nursery, and that, you know, if we can beat a few good horses, well, all the better.
Terrific. All right, well, good luck with Firehawk. Let's hope he takes out race 3.
Thanks, Rodney.
Roger Haynes, who part owns number 4, Firehawk, in this race. He is in the red on track and in the red on the tote, and he definitely looks a horse to beat here. Clear top pick, number 4, Firehawk. From number 6, Smooth Choice. Hasn't been far away, Smooth Choice. Don't be surprised to see him figure in the finish here. And for third, once again, number 9, Christie's Goal, with 1, Yuri Gagarin, as my place selections. But 4, 6 and 9 for race number 3, Pete and Adam, and they'll be scoring up very shortly.
Thank you, Rob. And yes, we've got a very short price favourite here, as Rob has already said, in number 4. And that is Firehawk. And Yuri Gagarin, one wonders whether it'll be looking for some sort of space in the run. And we had to get that one in, didn't we?
Yes, we certainly did. Interesting to see a name bob up like that, isn't it?
Yeah, first man in space,
yes.
Yuri Gagarin.
All the trivia buffs will be having something on it. Gary Lang, this one coming from, just trying to think where Gary's based. He might be based at Wagga or somewhere around about there. He's another one of these New South Wales trainers. Coolaman is where the horse had its last start, went third to Classical Lombo in pretty good time. In fact, that was 2 starts back on the 25th of April. It also went around on Saturday, went 5th at Young. So it's drawn the pole.
Yuri Gagarin's been up and down like the Space Shuttle. 17 out to 21, into 11, out to 13.
Yeah, I suggested it might run a bit of a race, but anybody who saw this horse finish second, I speak of number 4, Firehawk, almost upset Ells Court last start at Maryborough. That was on the 23rd of April. Now, Ells Court is favourite in early markets to win an M1 class race here at the Valley on Saturday night. So that is terrific form for this. Should have plenty of class on its rivals if it runs up to the Maryborough performance. Firehawk 140. No real dangers on tote figures.
Now,
They're
race
off.
3. Here's the start. Green light appears. Away they go. Firehawk begins fast with Like Fun. Over on the inside, Yuri Gagarin with Fast R. Smooth Choice out deeper. Being restrained is Rattlesnake. Wanted to lay in there and almost came to grief. He got checked and broke up there. Golden Express in front of him with Christie's Gold, and also Defying Time getting through on the fence. Around the first turn, though, the favourite in front, Firehawk, led by 3 metres. Smooth Choice 3 deep around Like Fun. Yuri Gagarin ends up on the back of the favourite early. Defying Time 3 back on the inside, but is pacing very roughly. His outside is Fast R, is breaking up now. Defying Time's falling back through the field. Passed by Christie's Gold, Golden Express and Rattlesnake at the tail. 2 laps left to go. And out of the straight, Firehawk led 2 metres to Smooth Choice, who gets to the leader's wheel now. Third is Yuri Gagarin. Fourth, 1 by 1, is Like Fun. 3 back along the fence is Christie's Gold. He's outside Fast R. 4 metres to Golden Express, Rattlesnake. 6 metres away last of all, Defying Time after making that mistake down the straight. 41.6 the lead time, and the front runner is Firehawk, led by a metre on Smooth Choice. Yuri Gagarin is third. Sitting 1 by 1 is Like Fun. 3 back on the inside, Christie's Gold. The running line is Fast R from Rattlesnake, Golden Express, and 5 metres away, Defying Time. Inside the lap and a half point, 20 to 25 metres covers the field. First quarter in 32.8. And the leader is Firehawk by a neck. Smooth Choice the outside second. Yuri Gagarin third inside of Like Fun. 5 metres to Christie's Gold with Fast R. 4 metres further back to Golden Express. Over on the fence goes Rattlesnake, and last of all is Defying Time. Bell sounding, a lap left to travel. And the leader's had a pretty good run. That's the favourite, Firehawk. Firehawk led out of the straight, nearly a metre on Smooth Choice. Yuri Gagarin third inside of Like Fun. 3 back the inside is Christie's Gold, followed by Fast R, Rattlesnake, Golden Express, and Defying Time is still at the rear. Second quarter 31.2, the half in 64 down the back, and the leader Firehawk by a metre. 2 on the outside, Smooth Choice. Yuri Gagarin's under pressure, Like Fun in fourth spot, followed then by Fast R around Christie's Gold, Rattlesnake the inside, then Golden Express, last Defying Time off the back. Firehawk just led Smooth Choice. 4 metres Yuri Gagarin with Like Fun, followed then by Rattlesnake with Christie's Gold. Fast R dropping out of it, Golden Express, Defying Time. Third quarter 30.6, Firehawk a metre in front from Smooth Choice the outside, Like Fun 3 deep. Christie's Gold very wide, Firehawk just in front. Smooth Choice levels up on the outside, Like Fun running on. Smooth Choice, Firehawk the inside, Like Fun down the centre. Like Fun out deep going up with Smooth Choice. Like Fun, Smooth Choice the inside, Like Fun. Like Fun has just won from either Smooth Choice or out wide Christie's Gold. Hard to line them up. They are a long way apart, and just behind them Yuri Gagarin. Firehawk didn't find a great deal in the straight, followed by Fast R. Rattlesnake next from Defying Time. Golden Express one of the last, and the final quarter in 31.2.
Well, you can see here the one down the middle of the track driven by Danny Ferris. Like Fun has got the prize here. The favourite was, well, pretty dismal to say the least. It was kept honest in the middle stages of the race by Smooth Choice, who had the harder run outside of it. Smooth Choice beat off the odds-on favourite Firehawk rounding the home turn. Like Fun down the middle of the track, and it's very tight for second, third and fourth. That looks to be just short of the line. Yeah, it is. Look at the difference we see when we get the proper print. 5, 9 and 6 will be the numbers for Wangaratta Race 3, and the winner, you can expect $27.70 and $4.10. Second in, number 9, Christie's Gold, $2.60 for the place. And third in, the second favourite, Smooth Choice, at $1.30. Very skinny place dividend there for Smooth Choice, who was clearly the run of the race after doing all the work outside of the favourite. And Chris Lang, well, so often it happens this way. He looked to have a terrific book of drives on paper. He bit the dust in the first, driving Rockalina, an odds-on favourite, and he's gone down there on Firehawk, who will be the shortest price favourite of the day there at Wangaratta. So a tough start. 3 races down Wangaratta today.
Third outsider of the field, successful, Like Fun, number 5. If you back Yuri Gagarin, I think you've been a little unlucky there, because it was camped behind the leader and the hot favourite, Adam Firehawk. and you would have thought that Firehawk would have just let loose at the top of the straight and maybe he's run a nice second, but he just got carried back, and when he got out he ran home pretty well to finish 4th.
Might be one to put the pen around number 1, Yuri Gagarin, in that previous race at Wang. As we see the multiples coming through, win and place on your screen. The Quinella 116.40, trifecta a big one, and you deserve it if you've got it, 1,356.50. The running double is an absolute thumper on number 2 Burrell, who was an outsider, into 5 Like Fun, 285.50. And you don't need to be reminded that Firehawk number 4 was the unplaced favourite. The shocker of the day so far.
Next race at Wangaratta starts the quaddie off, and don't forget an extra 25,000 in the quaddie, as we mentioned, carried over. So the quaddie on races 4, 5, 6 and 7, and from the next event at Wang race 4 you can scratch number 6 Cornelia and number 11 Black Music, and we've got a field of 9, and there you see the sectional times, mile rate around about 2:04.5. Pretty solid in the middle. There we see they've gone through in about 64. These are a pretty low class of horse. Probably took a bit of sting out of them, but in saying that, the leader Firehawk was still well and truly beaten home by the horse that put the pressure on, Smooth Choice. So I can't take that as being any excuse for the favourite. Next race at Warrnambool is due at 2:11, and that is the Fillies and Mares Class 6 handicap. We've only got a field of 7, so 2 place dividends here, and Kitty's Wish is the hot favourite at 260 and 150. It's due to commence in 8 minutes' time, and we haven't had any notification that they will put this race back after the delay of the Galleywood hurdle. So we're still expecting this to go at 2:11. Kitty's Wish 260 and 150 is the favourite. Other chances to, well, practically everything in the race apart from number 6 Croissant, and double figure odds about Linsning's Joy, and also number 5, and that is Celamondo, but good chances to 3, 4 and 7 as well. But Kitty's Wish, number 1, is the favourite at $2.60 and $1.50, and that is the first leg of the quaddie. Race number 6 at Warrnambool, the quaddie today on races 6, 7, 8 and 9. And there you see part of the crowd at Warrnambool, not too many in that particular shot, but a lot of them will be out the back having a try, or at the various vantage points around the course. It really is a bit like Flemington at times at Warrnambool, because the car park is a hive of activity. Yeah, there's no question about that. I wonder whether Johnny Bell will stroll out there after he's finished his duties today into the car park. What's the big pub down there, the Whalers? There'll be a second starter at the Whalers later on as well. But here's some pretty disturbing news for Johnny too. The Whalers this year has had its licence extended till 5 a.m, so that spells pretty bad news, or spells pretty short night's sleep anyway. Well, I would suggest that Belly would play the discipline game and leave round about, what, 4:15? Yeah, well, just to make sure he gets a cab, see, before everyone else leaves at 5. Oh no, he's always very conscientious about his duties, and he will of course be with us here on Channel 31, so I'd expect that he might be in bed at probably 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. Yeah, okay. And if you believe that, I've got some land that I'd like to see you about. We must have a chat to Johnny later on too. Of course, he's a very strong greyhound devotee, and big night in the greyhound world down at Warrnambool last night. Yeah, so I'm sure he'll be able to fill us in on the Warrnambool Cup, which is always so much a part of the carnival there at Warrnambool, so we'll be checking in with Belly a little bit later on. The corner lad getting the money there at 5-4 favourite in the Cup last night. It was race 8 on a thumping program. They had 12 races there. Now, as far as the next at Wangaratta is concerned, we should just tell you that if you're backing number 2 Cost You Lots, well, you're exercising your money at this stage. It's paying $1 for the win and $1 for the place. So a very, very warm favourite in the next event, race 4 at Wangaratta. Yeah, looks to have a bit on them. This is a pretty smart 3-year-old, this one from the Graham Morgan stable. Was a certainty beaten when I saw it go around at Cobram about 3 starts back. Since then, well, it's bolted in the heat of this one by about 15 metres. That could have been 30. All you can say is that should only be a matter of the margin and a good start to the quaddie. I think everyone will be, well, not everybody, but most punters having a go at this quaddie jackpot at Wangaratta today will be starting off with just the number 2 in the first leg. And when we get a chance, Pete, we might quickly run through the other leagues. Why don't you do it right now? Yep, let's do that. Gives you plenty of time to form your combinations. That's the first leg of the Wang quaddie. A reminder, once again, jackpot of almost $26,000 carrying over into today's pool. Second leg is race 5. Let's have a look at the totes here. Favourite in an open race, so a lot more value in this one. Number 1, What a Chance at $3.20. Will be challenged for favouritism by number 4, King Pin. Definite hope to Valdenti get plenty. You'd have to keep it pretty safe here.
Aztec Bandit is also in the betting at 4.20. Look, they should be about the only hopes. I suppose if you're looking for another one, it might be number 7, Greek Sensation as a roughie. Over to the third leg of the quaddie, we'll have a shorty here. If it's not short now in race 6 at Wangaratta, it will be very short. Yeah, number 1, Man on a Mission. I think it'll be shorter than that one. Probably around the even money quote for Man on a Mission. $3 at the moment, $3.90 for young Scrubby, who does look the main danger in this race. Not a lot of chances, but I think we should keep safe. Number 4, ARBJ, who we heard from the trainer of the horse, will be driven by Scott Woodhouse, incidentally, number 4, ARBJ, that they're expecting a pretty good run from the horse today, so make sure you include it. The main one ahead of 9 with a watch on number 4. And over to the last leg of today's Wangaratta quaddie. We can see there, $4.80, Tis Time is favourite. We'll be shorter than that when we get to the race, but I think there are plenty of chances here. You can see it's a very wide open race, so take as many as you can in the last leg. I think you can go pretty skinny with Cost You Lots in the first leg, number 2, and in the third leg, number 1, Man on a Mission.
Adam, Danny Ferris was the winning driver in the previous event, race 3 at Wangaratta, and he's now with Robbie Orber.
Yes, thanks, Pete. I do have Danny here with me with number 5, Like Fun, saluting, knocking out a few of the favourite chances in the race, Danny, but they tell me the horse has been trialling okay and working okay.
Yes, the horse does go very well. He's got enormous ability, but he's not a racehorse, you know, he's just learning. He's learning at the trials, he's doing it at the trials, and today we were punting on him to put it together today, and he did.
Well, they appeared to be running along. The sectional times didn't really reflect that. However, the favourite was disappointing, and you had a beautiful run, 1 out, 1 back.
Yes, actually I thought the favourite would kick the easy run he had, but my bloke sort of winds up. I knew if they didn't left me alone till halfway down the back straight, I'd beat him, and they did.
Later on today, obviously with the jackpot at a quaddie, you hold a fairly important key with Aztec Bandit. He's racing very well.
And he'll win too.
And he'll win too?
He won too. Yep, my word. He goes good here, he's won here. And this is one of my favourite tracks. That's been good to me, this track.
And he's a good stand horse?
He's a good stand horse, but now you'll go out and make a liar out of me. But no, he goes very, very well.
What are you hoping for from barrier 6? Got a couple of good standing start horses inside you. Do you have to lead to win?
No, he does not have to lead to win. He can sit and win, and he can lead and win. Right. He's a very versatile little horse.
All right, let's hope you make it a double then.
Yes, I hope so.
Good luck,
for
Danny.
all the people. Thank you.
Good luck. Danny Ferris, who just trained and drove at number 5, Like Fun, at pretty big odds, but he's given you a pretty good tip too later on in Aztec Bandit, who's going to be very hard to beat later on. I think he might be in the actual second leg of the quaddie. Adam, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one. So there's another one for our quaddie.
You beauty. Well, there you go.
At this stage, it's going to cost 1 by 1 by 1 by 10, so $5, and you can be part of the jackpot.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's not bad advice. Cost You Lots number 2 into, well, if you take Danny's advice, number 6, Aztec Bandit, then Man on a Mission.
Yep.
And then, what, do you want to take the field in the last?
Yeah, throw the field. Look, Tis Time's the one to beat, but there are plenty of other chances, and Tis Time's got a back row draw, so, yeah, throw the field in.
Well, there you go. There's a $5 quaddie for you, and you might be part of that $25,000 plus whatever is invested today at Wangaratta. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Very good song. John Bell might break into a chorus of it. Is it raining there?
No, maybe tonight I might, but for the moment I'll just just keep giving the information for the moment. Maybe after the last. Now, on the tote here, there is a big discrepancy with a lot of these runners, mainly number 1, Kitty's Wish. It is favourite, but you can get $4.50 on course. You're a point longer to Lysing's Joy, so good value there. Amati's Eclats at the each way quote. Good value again. Western Reality is under the odds, only $7 with the bookmakers. Calamondo's terrific value, only $6 with the bookmakers. Cusant is about 10 points of value, and Katani is about a half point under what the bookmakers are offering. So they're beginning to move in here. Geez, very short Kitty's Wish on the tote at around the 6 to 4 mark. Now bookmakers are offering the each way quote. So punters are having a little bit of trouble working out what to make favourite here. We have equal favourites now in Kitty's Wish, Amati's Eclat, and then you're a point longer out, or half point longer to Lysing's Joy, and a half point out to Calamondo. Sorry, Katani is also equal favourite there at the each way quote. So be wary, they're all set to go. Here's Brian.
Stand well. Ready to go, 1,700 metres the journey, and they're racing now. They've jumped in a good line with the Marty's Eclat first out. Katani began okay. Over on the outside, Salamondo and Western Reality going forward. Behind those, Croissant, Kitty's Wish and Listening Joy on the outside at the tail. Working towards the back now, and here at the 1500 metre mark, taking the lead is Western Reality from Amati's Eclat. Salamondo back to third. Then Croissant racing around the outside of Listening's Joy. On the inside, Kitty's Wish and Katani. Now dropped out to last, but only 4 lengths from leader to last as they work into the back. 12.50 out in the lead of Western Reality by a length to Salamondo. Amati's Eclat on the inside of Croissant, Listening's Joy. Kitty's Wish restrained on the inside of Katani as this tightly packed field goes by the 1100 metres, and Western Reality the leader, and not a great deal of pace on, leading by a next Salamondo who now pulls its way to the lead. Croissant is third, travelling on the outside of Listening's Joy, and back along the inside Amati's Eclat, and 2 lengths Katani and Kitty's Wish on the inside. Salamondo took a clear lead now as they race by the 800 metre mark, out by 4 lengths to Western Reality and Croissant. Then Listening's Joy on the outside of Amati's Eclat, followed by Katani and Kitty's Wish back on the inside. 6.50 out as they work to the side. Salamondo 2.5 in front of Western Reality. Then Croissant, Listening's Joy now making its run from Amati's Eclat, Katani and Kitty's Wish over on the inside. Salamondo just in front as they run to the turn. Western Reality blocked for a run there, tried to get out, got knocked back into the field. Listening's Joy sweeps around them with Croissant, Amati's Eclat, Kitty's Wish to the outside, and Katani now back to last. They swing 250 metres out. Amati's Eclat, Listening Joy took the lead. Kitty's Wish is struggling behind them, and Western Reality getting going again. Amati's Eclat just in front of Listening's Joy with 100 metres left to go. Kitty's Wish late down the outside. Amati's Eclat over on the outside, and Listening's Joy. Listening's Joy, Amati's Eclat, Listening's Joy, Amati's Eclat. The outside gets in. Amati's Eclat beat Listening's Joy. Third, Kitty's Wish from Croissant. Western Reality put out of business before the turn, then Salamondo and Katani last over the line.
Interesting race. The numbers there, 3, 2 and 1. Amati's Eclat the winner from Listening's Joy, and Kitty's Wish, which has come from last on the turn on a track which is favouring the front runners. It was a pretty good effort, but again it was muddling pace in the early stages, Adam, and Kitty's Wish the one that was favourite. Now look at this, just before the turn there's an awful lot of interference here. I think it's Western Reality there over on the inside.
Oh, gets tightened right up, doesn't it?
And might have nearly brushed the rail there, but certainly there wasn't a lot of room for that horse. Now that's Kitty's Wish in the gold colours. It's gold cap, I should say. Listening's Joy is the one taking the lead in the green. On the outside of it is Amati's Eclat and Kitty's Wish in the gold cap. And Western Reality has come to the centre of the track then and was starting to run on again. But here they are about the 200 metre mark, and it's actually a deceptive angle here at Warrnambool, and you'll find that that horse, Amati's Eclat, is actually, I would say, in front there.
Yeah, look, I agree with you, but the horse has been very hard to ride here for young Valella, Listening's Joy.
Yeah, watch it here.
It's just darted back. It's moved in about 6 horses towards the rail, and at that stage I reckon it's drawn level again, but he's just lost his momentum on it, the kid, when the horse has ducked in. Amati's Eclat has got a margin there. It's probably about a neck in front there. And as we see it come back to a true angle, you can see there's a margin there. It's probably that's probably a long head on the line.
Oh, it's more than that. That'd be close to a half length, I'd say.
Right, on the line.
For the angle.
Number 3, Amati's Eclat getting the prize. It was one of the ones that Johnny Bell mentioned was big overs, but boy, didn't it trim up in the last little bit there. 5.60 and 2.50, beating number 2, Listening's Joy at 3 even the place. Kitty's Wish, no third dividend because of only 7 runners there. And Kitty's Wish was the favourite at the Quinella, 14.50, trifecta 124.70. The running double you needed was on the numbers 8 and 3 for a return of $19.50. But there was a big trim late. I think you'll find that the first and second horses were very big goes in that last change on TAB figures. Something like $40,000 went into the pool in the last minute.
John Bell will no doubt be able to tell us more at Warrnambool.
Yeah, thanks very much, Pete. I've got Diane Wynn with me, the trainer. And you've teamed with Super Sally to get the money?
Yes, yeah, pretty exciting. Didn't you hear me jumping up and down the stand?
Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
Well, Diane, Amati's Eclat's been a nice, honest horse for you.
Yeah, she's just, keeps whacking away, and we just thought this was a nice race for her today, and she travelled up well, and I felt she'd go really well today.
It was a good ride by Sally too. She made the move at the right time.
Yes, well, we wanted to settle behind, or the pattern has been in front, but she settled well behind, and she pulled her out, and she just kept whacking away. Yeah, I was really happy.
Well, on 2 counts, you must be very proud of your own training performance to get Amati's Eclat winning, and also Sally to be riding so well.
Yes, we're not haven't had a very good run at the moment, but yes, I'm really pleased for Sally and for myself too, because I haven't had a winner for a while.
Yeah, well, it's all important, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yes. You know, you feel you're doing something right. So, yes, I'm really happy.
Well, you're doing the strapping duties as well today, so I better let you go and greet Sally. Congratulations.
All right, thanks a lot.
Diane Wynn there, the trainer of Amarty's Eclat, and obviously a very happy family tonight, the Wynn family. Now, I'll just try and get a look at these odds here, but it was around the equal favourite mark at 4-1. Now, Kitty's Wish was amazing on the tote, only 6-4, when the bookmakers were offering around the 4-1 mark. They ended up throwing it out to. So certainly no value there for Kitty's Wish, but as we alluded prior to the race, there was some good value with the other runners, Amarty's Eclat being one of them, considering it was one of the equal favourites at around 4-1. So it looks like the rain may have settled in here for the afternoon. We'll keep an eye on the track conditions, see what happens there. We've got many good races coming up, headed by the Wangoom, which is race 7 the next.
Yes, the new market of the bush, they call it, the Wangoom Handicap, the principal race on the second day of the Carnival. Our apologies just for the picture quality coming there from Warrnambool. If some of our guests appear a little green, it's just because of a camera fault. If John Bell appears a little green, it's because of what he did last night. The Wangoom's coming up at 2:47. The scratchings are 2 Jugulator, 10 Victoria Park, 13 Kalimna, 17 Principe Walk, 18 Arabian Poppy and 19 Check the Coast. So we've got 6 out and a field of 13 to run. And Belzevere, last year's winner with Gavin Eads in the saddle, 59 kilos and barrier 18. It's got plenty going against it, $10.20 in a wide open race. Coal Tar, $7.40. Hong Kwok Star, that horse we were talking about before that was involved in that amazing incident at Caulfield that we were mentioning with Andrew Flip before, $16.80. Mint Condition is the favourite in a very wide betting race. It's 5-1 the field on the tote, $6 for Mint Condition. Poacher Star, 15. Video Fan, around about 20 each way odds with Alfie Matthews. Mamselle Dien's $12.40. Buffer's Pride, Mark Bairstow's already spoken about that horse, $7.50. Ruling Regent is round about the $18 mark. Video Kid, Peter Mertens, the rider, $6.90, and they are the top chances on that page. More actions on $9.50. You can write your own ticket about Lord Tyson, and Go Davo Go at $13. So really, Lord Tyson, number 15, is the only one that punters think has got really no chance here.
Yeah, Johnny Bell was keen on the chances of 14 more action. I've been waiting for this one. Good deal of confidence. One, it's only run back from a spell, has Dwayne done today.
So a very wide open betting affair. Race 7, the Wangoom Handicap, principal race on the second day of the Carnival. Don't forget, here on Channel 31, we'll be with you tomorrow for the coverage of Grand Annual Steeplechase and Warrnambool Cup Day, and also harness racing here at Moonee Valley. Hope you're backing a winner today. We've got lots more to come. Stick with us for the rest of the afternoon.
Black Two Sugars features issues for the Aboriginal community of Melbourne.
Now, this school has the highest number of Koori students of any school in metropolitan Melbourne.
Music, culture, history and Aboriginal rights make Black Two Sugars a diverse and entertaining program.
Mr. Robbie Thorpe, world-renowned Koori activist.
There's a traditional and a
Black Two Sugars, Tuesdays at 10, here on Channel 31.
Everybody loves a Saturday night.
And you'll love Saturday night's harness racing at Moonee Valley. The title of Australia's leading race mare will be up for grabs when the country's best mares, She's a Dancer and Missing Charm from Victoria, and Diamond in the Rough Star Mare from New South Wales clash in the Ladyship Cup. Plus AFL legends Tuck, Nichols, Hafey, Madden and Quinlan will be kicking footies into the crowd. If you can't be there, catch all the action live from around Australia on Channel 31.
Saturday night. Hi and welcome to Chef's Kitchen. My name is Diane and I'll be waiting
Chef's Kitchen is a once-monthly program that shows you how to cook quality meals at home.
And now I'll just add some of the fresh garlic. Keep in mind this is going to be a warm salad. So
quick and easy recipes make this program a must for people with a busy lifestyle.
Cut him in half, I think. Getting all these different shapes and sizes, you're going to get colour. You're going to get something
Chef's Kitchen, here on Channel 31.
If you want to say in your risotto.
Hello, I'm Mirella Killingsworth with the weather forecast. Today, fine, a partly cloudy day with a freshening wind, a maximum of 17 degrees. Tomorrow, a few showers with a cold southerly wind, and overnight low tonight of 9 degrees and a top tomorrow of 15 degrees. On Friday, a few showers and 14 degrees. On Saturday, a shower or two, clearing and a maximum of 15 degrees. That's all for the moment. I'll be back again in about 1 hour with further weather details. Now it's back to Peter and Adam with more of midweek at the races.
Thank you, Morella, very much indeed. And time to recap on our competition today, Adam. And the number to ring 0055 60154. Tell us what is the distance of the Grand Annual Steeplechase at Warrnambool tomorrow. 3,500 metres, 4,500 metres or 5,500 metres. And I don't like giving clues. I certainly won't give you a clue. But remember that number 0055, which is 5,500s backwards, 60154. If you'd like to enter the competition, you can do so as many times as you like. And it's a dining package for 2 people with the compliments of the Moonee Valley Racing Club, and also the essential guide to the Victorian thoroughbred racing industry. And if you are the lucky winner, we'll be announcing that a little bit later on. So 0055 60154.
And next week we'll have a special prize. Of course, the Racing Trivia Quiz is part of our weekly coverage here each Wednesday, and of course we're on especially tomorrow as well for the Warrnambool Carnival. But next Wednesday we'll be giving away a copy of that magnificent collection of photos, I suppose we would call it, from Andrew Flip, which illustrates the great jockey switch. And we had a look at that earlier on. If you missed it, we might have another look at it a little bit later on. But yeah, absolutely amazing stuff that Andrew's been able to put together there. And if you're interested in getting a copy of it, you can ring the Racing Museum there at Caulfield.
Certainly is one of the most remarkable racing incidents that we've seen in a long time. We see a lot of these things come from overseas, and here it is now. This incredible jockey switch that happened at Caulfield on Boxing Day, involving the brothers-in-law, Jason Patton and Andrew Payne, which made it even more remarkable.
There he is. The third one shows Andrew just changing options there with about 450 metres to go in the race. He goes from Cogitate over onto the back of Hong Kwok Star.
And that incident was seen all around the world. I think it was the CNN play of the day, the following day. And it really did highlight just a remarkable incident, the likes of which we're probably never going to see again. I'm sure the jockeys involved would be quite pleased about that. But anyway, that will be our prize for our trivia competition next week. Okay, 22 minutes to Warrnambool, and as far as Wangaratta is concerned, we've got around about 9 minutes to go there, and cost you lots are still at a very short quote. You'd need to have a lot of money. You'd need to be almost a millionaire to back cost you lots. It's showing $1.10 and $1, and that means that Robbie Orber, who's got plenty, is no doubt on it.
Well, at the short quote, I think we'll just settle for 1 out in the quaddie. I think Pete and Adam, and hopefully we make it a treble with this jackpot. She's definitely looks the horse to beat here at number 2, Cost You Lots, and you don't have to be an Einstein to work that out. $1.10 on the tote. She did score very impressively here at Shepparton last start. They went very hard, and she finished over the top of them. She hasn't got, well, she does come out at a gate okay, but I don't expect her to lead, and because of that, there's always that slight risk involved. 1, Thunderhawk's a very quick beginner. We saw number 3, Prolific, show very good speed last start here at Wangaratta at that Sunday meeting, and also Show of Hands can get out quickly. So she's going to probably have to settle just off the speed, and as long as she gets the clear break, she's definitely the horse to beat. She's my top pick here, number 2, Cost You Lots, in a strong Graham Morgan camp, and she's a very classy filly, and she looks the one to beat. She's taking on the older horses, but just the same, she's got class on her side. So I think as far as our quaddies are concerned, we've just got to work around her, and hopefully she gets the money, and it makes the next 3 legs a lot easier to get. And as I did mention, she's clear top pick here in race number 4. As far as your placings are concerned, or the dangers, if there are any, number 7, Show of Hands, a very good winner here last start at Wangaratta. He was able to lead on that occasion. He did draw barrier 3, and allowed him to lead and get to the line very strongly, and he won impressively. His form prior to that was chasing home Safe and Sound, and also Twinkle Camilla at Moonee Valley. So there's a very strong form line there for number 7, Show of Hands. And if there was going to be an upset, you would definitely say Show of Hands is the horse that would cause that upset. The barrier draw, though, hasn't been too kind for him. Outside of those, number 8, Newclin, should get a good run. Thunderhawk, I think, is the leader in the race. The short distance does play in his hands. He's going to be the one out in front, Thunderhawk, and the one to run down. doesn't run out to the distance. Well, I suppose the shorter course does put it in his favour. The last 50 metres he does struggle a little bit, but because he will be in front, he's definitely the one that's got to be given a chance in the race. And number 8, Newclyn, should get a good run behind the leader, and for that reason she's also got to come into calculation. So look, as far as the selections, 2 Costulots, clear top pick from 7 show of hands. There's no doubt they are the 2 class runners of the field, and outside of those, 1 Thunderhawk and also 8 Newclyn. They're the ones that are going to be fairly prominent and with the good runs, leader behind leader, and they should also figure into the placings. But number 2 Costulots, all the rage here on track. She is in a red on track with bookmakers, and she virtually stifles betting. As far as the other legs that are concerned, I know Adam's gone through them. I'll just quickly brush through my selections here. I thought in race 5, 4 Kingpin and 6 Aztec Bandit. We spoke to Danny Ferris earlier on. He did give his horse a very good chance. Kingpin was disappointing last start at Kilmore. Prior to that, his run at Maryborough was good. He had trial good prior to that. Look, they looked at main 2 as far as your second legs are concerned. Number 1, What a Chance, a good standing start horse. Definitely will be there at the finish. Just doesn't get to the line strong enough for my liking. We did speak to Sam Pellegrino a few weeks ago at Stall, and that was his biggest criticism of the horse. It just doesn't get to the line, and for that reason, he's going to be thereabouts, but whether he can just finish the race off is a matter of waiting to see. Valdendi get plenty. The square gate has probably got a little hope. And 7 Greek Sensation wasn't a bad run last start behind Laurie's Legacy, and has probably got a little rough place chance as far as your second leg's concerned. The third leg, number 1 Man on the Mission, that does look clear top pick, a very good standing start horse. Outside of those, as far as upsets, we heard Rodney Woodhouse give number 4 ARBJ a very good chance. 5 Dio's a good standing start horse. He won't be far away. And number 8 Blue Champagne also handles the stand well. Should get a good run through off the 10 metre mark, trailing Man on a Mission. Wouldn't be surprised to see Blue Champagne lob behind the leader, and that gives him some calculation into race 6. And the final leg, I thought the main 3 or main 4 hopes, definitely 5 Weed Chief, has definitely got a very good chance. He's been racing against stronger company. 6 Guts and Glories, probably a dropping class for Guts and Glory. He's a hard horse to catch, but he's definitely got a chance in the race. 9 Tis Time's clearly top pick. She's the class runner of the field. She went around in the heats of the Oaks, chased home Roller Skater, which came out and won very impressively at Bendigo. So number 9 would be your top pick in the last leg from 5 Weed Chief. 10 Dallas Skull's been trialling well, a good trial winner at Shepparton recently, has definitely got a hope in the race, and at number 6 Guts and Glory. So they're probably the 4 main chances as far as the last leg, 9, 5, 10 and 6 in the last leg. So hopefully that's some help for our viewers at home as far as the quad is concerned. Good luck if you're having a try. There is a jackpot. Let's hope we're sharing in the winnings, fellas.
Let's hope so. Thank you to Rob Auber with his preview of the next at Wangaratta, and also the quaddie today, which is on races 4, 5, 6 and 7. And the first leg, as Rob said, is coming up, race number 4 at 2:33. So we're round about 4 minutes away from a start there. And Costulots, well, it's absolutely blown like the north wind. It's got out to $1.20 now.
Yeah, you only got to have 1,000 on to win 200.
Shrapnel for you.
Denmark Boys had a little bit of support, but you'd have to stress that the support coming for other runners here is probably only because there's so many punters out there who don't want to take the short odds. A Show of Hands is firmed, Newclyn is firmed. Newclyn's got to have a little chance here, definitely a good place chance. Obviously 5 and 7 have got place chances. Riviera Rowdy, it's been a little disappointing, but it was a slightly improved run last start. Neville Welsh has already steered home the 1 winner with Burrell in race 2. He's on Riviera Rowdy. 10 to Jenny could place. Look, it's a very hard race. I don't know where to go if you want to bet outside of the favourite here. Probably just back something for the place.
Adam, just before they go at Wangaratta, we might take a look at the updated figures for the Wangoom, seeing it's such a wide open betting race, and see if anything has been made of this. Well,
hasn't solved the riddle at all, has it?
No, it's made it harder because mint condition is now $6.30, so it's out to over 5 to 1 the field on the tote. And this is a remarkable race in that you have a look at Video Fan at $21.20. It is the second outsider of the field at that quote. And there's only one horse really round about the $80 to $90 mark, which is given little chance.
Let's have a look at Johnny Bell's tip over the page, number 14. It is from memory. More action at $8.30 now. That's significant. I think it was $9.90 when we got the opening market there. So Johnny was quite confident on this one. We'll get all his thoughts on the Wangoom, the big one for the day, in about, pretty well straight after this Wangaratta race, which is only about a minute away. But More Action, I know, is his selection in the race, $8.30. you could have a bet each way at those odds, but then again you could have a bet each way on any runner at the odds on offer in the Wangoom. So I like races like this. It gives you the opportunity to open a few options up and back perhaps 2 or 3 runners in the race, because if you get one of them up, you're still going to get a pretty handy collect for your outlay.
We'll try and keep you up to date with that Wangoom handicap, because obviously any betting fluctuations will be important ones as far as a race where it's round about 5 to 1 plus the field. And only that horse just underneath John's selection, and that is Lord Tyson, number 15. It's the only one that isn't really considered. Oh, Cost You Lots, well, it's just blown out completely. It's now $1.30.
Look, this 3-year-old will be pretty competitive in in some Moonee Valley races, so really should get away with this. I mean, it's drawn well enough, leaves the gate respectably. Probably not the leader, but in saying that, it'll be up on the pace, and that should be good enough if Graham Morgan can keep it out of trouble. I think you've only got to look back to the fact that it's really not much in class on the field that it beat at Shepparton, and that was in the heat of this race back on April 21. It absolutely toyed with that field, winning by 13 metres, and reports on the race were that it could have probably won by 25 or 30 if it had been asked to. So just looks to have oodles of class on the rivals. If you're a braver person than I and you like taking the skinnies, then you're getting super value at the moment at $1.40. Money coming for numbers 5, 7 and 8, as the read technology shows you there on screen. But $1.40 is, well, dare I say it, actually getting out to quite good odds about this one.
Yeah, respectable odds now. It was, as we said, exercising your money when the tote figures first came up, showing $1 for the win and $1 for the place. Just checking the result of the previous at Warrnambool, race 6, which was the first leg of the quaddie. The numbers there were 3, 2 and 1. Amadi Saklat paid $5.60 and $2.50. Sally Wynn, the winning rider. Listening's Joy second, $3. Kitty's Wish, insufficient starters for a third tie dividend. Quinella paid $14.50. Trifecta $124.70. The race to race double $19.50. First leg of the double coming up at Warrnambool race 7. The Wangoom handicap at $2.47, and that is in round about 14 minutes from now as they score up at Wang.
$1.40 still the favourite. The pool's starting to build now. Well, we'll see a lot more money going in the next couple of minutes, but let's point it out to you. Now $1.30 as the pool gets up over $30,000. You can see it there being circled for you. They're set to go. Let's take you to Adam Crittenden.
Ready now. Here's the start coming up. Racing, Cost You Lots began well, but not quite as fast as Prolific. Prolific spears across to find the lead from Ugly Kid Joe. Out deep, Show of Hands is rushing forward. Cost You Lots stays off the fence. 3 wide, Denmark Boy. Thunderhawk over on the inside, then New Glen, Riviera Rowdy, and 5 metres 2 Tender Jenny. Prolific in front tries to steady into the back, but 3 deep, Show of Hands is going forward around Ugly Kid Joe. Then Thunderhawk buried away on the inside of Cost You Lots. Denmark Boy out 3 deep still, followed by New Glen third, last Riviera Rowdy, and last is Tender Jenny. 9.9 the lead time. Show of Hands is able to find the lead at the lap and a half point. Show of Hands took over to lead by a metre on Denmark Boy, who goes up to sit outside the leader. Taking the trail third is Prolific, 1 by 1 Ugly Kid Joe. 3 back the fence is Thunderhawk. The running line is the favourite, Cost You Lots. Then on the inside, New Glen from Riviera Rowdy, and still 5 metres to Tender Jenny at the rear of the field. Down the straight to get the bell. First quarter in 30.4. Show of Hands has had to do plenty of work, but leads at the judge with a round to go by just over a metre. 2 Denmark Boy, third the inside Prolific. Ugly Kid Joe 1 by 1, and Morgan's off on the favourite, Cost You Lots out 3 deep. Then Thunderhawk on the inside, followed by New Glen, Riviera Rowdy. Tender Jenny shoved out 4 deep there. Riviera Rowdy got squeezed up as they turned to the back. 32.7 the second quarter, and Show of Hands led by 2 metres Denmark Boy. Cost You Lots has cruised up to them out 3 deep, and then Prolific, Ugly Kid Joe next, Tender Jenny, followed by Thunderhawk, New Glen, and Riviera Rowdy is last. Off the back, Show of Hands a metre in front from Denmark Boy. Cost You Lots 2 metres further back third. Third quarter 30.6 off the back. They quicken the speed, and Show of Hands led by a metre Denmark Boy. Morgan has to get busy on the favourite, Cost You Lots is 5 metres further back. On the turn, Show of Hands 3 metres in front of Denmark Boy. Cost You Lots only struggling. It's still Show of Hands 2 metres in front. Denmark Boy is rallying the outside. Show of Hands starting to tire. Denmark Boy is picking him up. Show of Hands just in front of Denmark Boy. They hit it. Show of Hands. Show of Hands has won by a head to Denmark Boy. 8 metres away third, Cost You Lots, who seemed to have her chance. Then New Glen, Tender Jenny, Riviera Rowdy, Thunderhawk. Next to last, Ugly Kid Joe, prolific back at the tail on the last quarter in 29 seconds.
Well, a major surprise there. You can see good money for it, show of hands, $28.60 into $8.30. It did plenty of work at the start to get the lead, but was able to get away with a comfortable second quarter in 32.7. 7, 5 and 2 will be the numbers. There's show of hands in front. Denmark Boy has done a terrific job after doing all the work outside of the leader. And Cost You Lots, well, I thought Firehawk was a shocker in the previous. Its run was absolutely deplorable for a $1.30 favourite. Yeah.
Went for 200 metres.
Yes. I thought Graham Morgan was just dropping into to nurse it around the home turn before coming out again. But look at the first two. They've pulled away from it over the final stages. Gee, there's only a margin there. It's about a head on the line. It's gone the way of 7 show of hands. 8.30 and 1.90, beating number 5 Denmark Boy at round about $1.40 for the place, and Cost You Lots. Well, we'll wait and see what the place dividend is. They should be up in a moment. But John Ryan, that's the Echuca John Ryan, not the Kilmore one, who is J.E. Ryan. The Echuca one is J.F. Ryan, as the totes start to filter through. 8.30 and 1.90, $1.40 for Denmark Boy and $1.20 for Cost You Lots. Quinella, 24.60. The running double is another big one, and again, you deserve it if you've got it at $195.80. And the trifecta now through at $102.30 on Wangaratta Race 4. So this is proving an absolute nightmare for punters. Look, I guess there was money for that one, but if you've put it in the first leg of the quaddie, then well done. It was a brave move to go against the 3s on favourite, but you've been able to land it. And look, I couldn't find any possible excuse for that favourite there, much the same as Firehawk in the previous. Firehawk led and had every chance. Cost You Lots, well, basically, you summed it up. I think it went for 200 metres. That was about it.
Yeah, and favourites are just having a wretched run, as you say. Rockalina started a short price favourite in the first. There wasn't much between Atomic Knight and Seattle Seahawk in the second, but they both got rolled by Burrell. In the third, we had the very hot favourite in Firehawk, which didn't run a place, and then Cost You Lots, which has started extremely short here in race 4 and has only struggled into third placing. So it's a good day for the bookies down at Wang.
Yeah, quick mile rate there. It was about only a tick over 2-1. So show of hands has done a good job to win, but the one I would follow out of the race is the one that Matthew Gath drove, the runner-up Denmark Boy. Terrific effort. There's the times, 2:01.3 will be the mile rate. You can see they were very, very solid there, 30.4. 32.7 was the breather the leader needed to win, then 30.6 and home in a pretty quick 29 flat. So that's a terrific performance from the runner-up Denmark Boy, who did all the bullocking.
All right, there are the placings on race number 4, 7, 5 and 2 after the 4th.